Bronx Arts. Today is Friday, June 5th, 2020, and I am Leia Rivera.
Happy Friday and good morning, Bronx Arts. Mr. Canuel here. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Friday. So excited. Let's get right into it so we can get the rest of the day over and get into our weekend, huh? Final reminder, not final reminder, you'll probably hear this again, is the new rubric. Okay, this is really important. And take a look while I am talking. 35% is your work performance. So make sure that you are doing all of your work and getting the higher grade that you can, or the highest possible grade that you can. 35% is your work performance. 30% is your work completion. Complete all work. Easy 30% raises that grade. 20% is advocating, talking to your teachers, requesting answers, asking questions and answering questions. And then, of course, 15% is artist process. Persevere when things are difficult. The teachers notice when you're pushing and trying, even when something is difficult for you. So push on through and persevere. What's our next announcement?
Next announcement is that you want to make sure you send in your videos of you dancing to the Friday song, which it's Friday by Rebecca Black. And it's going to be students and teachers so that we could put it in a video and we could just have a collage of everyone dancing to the Friday song.
Absolutely. Calling all artists to submit works for the Bronx Arts Visual Art Contest. Any scholar that you don't have to be a visual arts major, may submit a work of art, and it could be a painting, drawing, sculpture, whatever. It just needs to be original. No copies, no putting something over and tracing and then making it look pretty afterwards. Completely original, and get it into your art teacher, that's Miss Tui, by June 17th. First place, $100 worth of art supplies. Second place, $50 worth of art supplies. And third place, $25 worth of art supplies. Get those in. Really excited to see what you come up with.
And a special announcement from Miss Young and Miss Roman is that many scholars answered yes and maybe during advisories last week to sign up for a group session to vent about your feelings about watching the news and continued racism and police brutality against Black people. Some Bronx families and scholars are also feeling worried about the looting now happening in their community. If you need a safe place to share your feelings, please join Miss Young and Miss Roman next Tuesday at 2 p.m. on a special Google Meet just for a scholar's support. Friday morning, all scholars will receive an email from Miss Young. All you have to do is remember to log in Tuesday at 2 p.m. by clicking the Google Meet link in the email.
And that is it for our announcements. It's time for good news. As we all know, it's very important to have some good news right now. Leia, what's your good news?
My good news is that on Wednesday, my parents and my sister, they went to a peaceful protest in Brooklyn. And it was just to fight for everything that's been going on, the injusticeness and the racial, like all the people that have passed away because of racism. And we in my family, we don't, like, that's not okay for us. And I know for a lot of you guys too. So my parents went to go protest in a peaceful one. I said, really, it was really safe. And I think that was really good because I didn't want to go because I didn't feel like very safe. Like I don't know. But my other good news is that there's the art thing that's going on for visual arts, like to the contest. Because my mom's an artist, she has a lot of canvases, so I'm gonna try and paint something. Don't know how it's gonna come out. I probably won't win, but you never know. So what was your good news, Mr. Canuel?
My good news is I've been talking a lot this week about the opportunity just to spend more time with my daughter and my family. And my good news is that in the mornings for about an hour or two when my wife is working, I get to watch Willow and hang out with her. So this morning we went outside, and she has been really afraid to use the pedals on her bike, right? She'll just like push herself on her bike. And today she started using the pedals and I was helping her and she was like starting to get it and she would stop and she would get so frustrated and she would start to cry. But the proudest moment, which is my good news, is that like she would wipe away her tears and say, I want to pedal again. And I said, okay, baby, let's go. And she got back on the bike and she kept trying. And so that perseverance just made me really happy. And seeing that experience and be able to share that with my daughter was amazing. So that is my good news.
Now we have birthdays. Happy birthday to Lorena Gonzalez, 7th grader. 7th graders Derling and Holder, happy birthday. And Nate Rosario, happy birthday.
Yes, I hear that he's been talking about that all week in classes, right? All right. And now it is time for our brand new Black Lives Matter segment. This is a segment that we have started this week in order to continue the conversation around the racial injustices that have been happening for a long time, too long, quite frankly. And it's always great to give you all a voice and a place to just share your thoughts. Now, we were able to talk a little bit earlier this week about what our emotions and what our feelings are, but a question that just came up, and I think it's amazing that your family, Leah, went out to protest safely. As we talked about on Monday, Mr. Rabden and Raymond talked about how we can safely do that because there's so many things to consider with the COVID and just like the potential violence that can happen at these sort of things. What is your suggestion? What do you think about when people say, I'm going to go out and safely protest, right? What do you think is a safe way for your fellow scholars and you to protest right now?
I think a safe way would be if you could if you have social media platform, if you're allowed to, using your social media platform or using your voice and just like posting about how this is not okay and this all needs to end soon. And also like even telling your family, like let's say somebody makes a really not funny joke and a really racist joke, tell them, be like, that's not okay, that's not funny, so that they know that it's not okay. And like, yeah, just like using your voice and thinking a lot about it and like talking to people and encouraging others about it. And yeah,
I think those are great ideas. And something that comes to mind of like silence is not innocence, right?
yeah.
I think you have to speak up if you have issues with what is happening. And if you're not saying anything, then you're just as guilty as those
As
targets.
the people that are being racist.
Right. Exactly. So thank you for sharing those ideas. I think those are very easy, accessible, and safe ways for people to get their voice out there. So thank you. What is our next segment, Leah?
Our next segment is Where in BAM is Mr. McCabe? And here's the answer from the clues from yesterday.
I'm in the seventh grade hallway, classroom 116, right across from the music room. I knew there were too many easy clues. Hopefully you got it. We miss you. Hopefully you miss us. I miss being in this building with all of you. It is way too quiet today. We will see you soon.
We'll have a brand new one on Monday, so be sure that you are watching. Now it is time for Guess the Scholar. Yesterday's clues were
that I'm in Savion Glover, I love video games, I love baseball, football, basketball, and I'm 12 years old, and I just joined the school. And the answer was Christopher Gonzalez.
Yes, that is correct. Nobody guessed that correctly. I had a few people try, but nobody guessed that correctly. If you want to be Guess the Scholar, if you want to be part of our Black Lives Matter segment, if you want to be part of Lights Up, email me. Let me know. I want your ideas. We have some really exciting new segments coming up. We have some recipes coming your way and some other things, but email me. It's now time for Guess the Riddle. We haven't seen a riddle in a while, so here it comes. Leia, I want to know what you think, okay?
Okay.
She says excitedly, why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees? This is the part where you answer.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know. No, I don't know.
All right. It's a tough one. I kind of consider it a dad joke as well, but if you think you know the answer, go ahead and email me. We'll find out the answer on Monday, so be sure that you're tuning in and watching. That is it. Remember, get your advisory work done. 100% of scholars need to complete all of their work so that we can see Mr. McCabe dressing up as a clown on Monday. Any final words, Maya?
Stay safe. I miss you guys. Can't wait to see you guys. And use your voice.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. We miss you. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Kids, go wake up Daddy. It's time for work.
Daddy, wake up. I can't get him, Colin. Dad. I can't wake him up.
I know what to do.
What day is it?
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Have we're driving on the